Hello there, it's Sarah from Paper Lovely. Thanks for joining me today. This is part 2 of the gift box and mini card set videos. So if you haven't seen yesterday's video, give that a view so you can see the mini card set I came up with. Today I'll show you how to put together the gift box using the die set from Lawn Fawn. So to get started, I've trimmed down 2 pieces of MFT black licorice cardstock to 6 by 8.5, and from that I'll cut out 2 of the box forms. Then I'll also be using 1 piece of steel gray cardstock, the same size, to cut out the bow and the box corner embellishments. So for the side of the bow, you're going to cut 2 of those strips, and you're going to cut out 4 of the box corners. Here I'm using my bone folder to go over all of those score lines. At this point, I realized that I forgot to cut out the little half circles on the side of the top of the box to make it a little easier to open. So there are 2 of these included. They're tiny little dies, and I'm going to tape 1 on either side in the middle of the box top, and it'll cut out a half circle. I'm going to use score tape to put this box together. I just think it's a stronger adhesive, and I want to make sure that this is going to hold together really well because I know it will be opened and closed, again and again. So I'm using 1/2 inch score tape, and I'm going to put that on all 4 corners of both of the box sides. Now I'm going to peel that backing away, and you're just going to fold the corner together until the ends meet. You can see up close how that works. And it's as simple as that. You'll just do that on all 4 corners for both box sides. Here I'm going to put the box together, and you can see how close that fits. So if you have trouble getting the bottom to fit into the top, just pinch the corner slightly and it should go in there fairly easily for you. And there you can see how much easier it is to take the top off since it has those notches cut out of the sides. Now I'm going to begin working on the bow. So this also has 2 score lines, and I'm going to just fold both of those down. And I'm also going to go ahead and score the 4 corner embellishments. And these I did use my bone folder on so I could get a nice crisp fold. I'm going to place score tape on the inside of those corners, and I started out using 1/2 inch and then realized that the 1/8 inch would work much better, so I'd recommend that if you want to give this a try. And I'll peel off the backing from that score tape and place it on the corner of the box top. Just to note, what worked well for me was I took the center of the corner, that score line there, and placed that on the corner first, and then I pressed down on one side and then folded the other side around. And I'll do that for all 4 corners. Now I'm going to work on the bow for the box. So I've put the box back together, and these are scored perfectly so that they're the perfect width of the box. I'm going to again use score tape, and I'll just place one strip of 1/4 of an inch on one of the pieces. So I'm going to make sure to go ahead then and line both of those up, making sure that the score lines fit evenly on either side. And then I am going to leave a little bit of a gap. I'm going to pull one out a little further than the other. That way, this is going to be a lot easier to slip on and off, especially because sometimes it can catch on those embellishment corners. So if you decide not to do the corners, you may not have much of a problem. But if you do want to put those corners on, I really suggest that you give yourself a little bit of leeway there. Now I've just lined that up with the strands of the bow, and I'm going to again add some score tape there. I made some pencil marks so I knew where to begin the score tape. And then I will go ahead and trim just the little bit that's hanging off there, off the end. I'll peel off the backing and then put that in place. And then you'll just press both of the ends down on that score tape. And you can see it moves very easily. Now for the loops of the bow, I'm just going to curl those around my finger. You don't want to just sort of push it because you can get a fold in it. So just slowly curl it around with your finger and you should get a really nice loop. Here I'm again going to put 2 pieces of score tape, and you'll just loop that cardstock around and stick it on one piece, and then do the same thing with the other side and stick it on the other. Then that long strip in the middle is just going to fold up and around. So I'll place some score tape on that. Fold it up and around. And then a little more score tape on the back. And I'll place it right there in the center. You can see how easily that will slide off. Now I had this pack of ephemera, which is from that same Pebbles line, so I thought this would be really cute for the top of the box. I'm going to attach that using my ATG gun. And then I'm going to go all over that with my Spectrum Noir shimmer pen. So once that was finished, I decided I wanted a little bit more of a pop. So I went back to my bag of scraps, and this is again from the Pebbles Boo line, and I cut out 2 more of those strips for the ribbon. And I'm just going to attach some score tape to the back of those, and I'll place them right on top of the gray cardstock. So this actually wasn't my plan, but it actually helped to make it a lot more sturdy. And if it is a box that you're going to be opening and closing quite a bit, you may want to go ahead and give this a try, even if you wanted to do 2 of the same color. And that will finish off our box. here I'm going to grab my cards and envelopes, and if you haven't seen that video, it was posted yesterday, so you can see how I came up with those. I'll go ahead and place them inside the box, close everything up, and it is ready to gift. So this completes our gift box and mini card set. Additional photos as well as a full list of supplies can be found at my blog post listed in the description below. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a comment or a thumbs up and subscribe for more. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.